Welcome back to our live cryptocurrency video trading series. Today we're talking about the build your own blockchain sector and EOS leading the bounce in the build your own blockchain center. If you squint and look all the way to the right of the chart, you can see that there is a bounce just recently at the end of this long, dreary, painful crypto carnage that has plagued the entire cryptocurrency markets. But anyway, EOS in light blue is bouncing more than the other build your own blockchain cryptocurrencies. That is, the coins that are the native cryptocurrencies of blockchain building networks. So if you look at the 7-day performance of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, you can see that EOS, they're all in the red. Okay, they're all in the red. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, all the way down to EOS, which is the ninth largest cryptocurrency, and it's about 6% up for the last 7 days and 13% up in the last 24 hours. And if you look at this cryptocurrency, it's pretty amazing because it's just, if you don't know anything about EOS, there's been a lot of controversy around it, but you can see that it was launched in July of 2017, so that's just about 7 or 8 months ago, and that's pretty impressive considering it came out of nowhere, and here it is on the market capitalization of $4 billion. So EOS is one to look at. These are the other blockchain builders. Ethereum, obviously the big one, at 54 billion. Cardano here, and Neo. Go back to the heat map. The blockchain builders, Cardano here at 5 billion, and Neo, the Chinese blockchain platform, at 4.96 billion. So EOS is up there with the big players, and it's kind of got a unique approach in several respects. And just to sort of go over the more important ones that might be driving the price of EOS up, it might make it a good investment both from a standpoint of blockchain builder, because if you're going to invest in the cryptocurrency space and you think one of these platforms is going to dominate the development of blockchain decentralized applications, then EOS is one to consider, because it's got a economic model and a scalability approach that gives it a significant advantage over Ethereum. So let's just talk about that quickly. There's no mining farm in EOS. Okay, a new EOS token is created every time the block producers generate a certain number of blocks, and producers bid on what they expect to get paid, and the number of tokens generated depends on the median value of that bid. So it's kind of got a interesting approach, and the delegated proof of stake protocol allows the transactional volume theoretically to go up to 100,000 transactions per second. So it is the fastest blockchain builder platform out there, and it also has the scalability. Okay, now Ethereum is limited by the single-threaded performance of a CPU. All right, but EOS relies on a technology in which 10 to 100,000 transactions per second are possible, and right now they claim to be able to process 50,000 transactions per second. Also, they use parallelization to scale the network. So that means potentially up to millions of transactions per second. And asynchronous communications, separate authentication will also speed up the network. And since it has no transaction fees, it doesn't require counting operations. So these are all advantages over Ethereum. Now, the current proof of work that algorithm that Ethereum uses has another issue with fixing broken applications. And this is a problem because there was a study from Singapore that showed that it was a British and Singaporean study that showed that about 34,000 contracts out of let's see how many they analyzed. Um, they analyzed about 1 million contracts, but about 34,000 of them, or 3.4%, were found to be vulnerable to being hacked, broken, or otherwise exploited. And they mentioned that the maximum amount of ether that could have been withdrawn is about 4.4 million US dollars worth. And they have 6,200 ether, or $7.5 million, locked inside posthumous, dead contracts. And 313 ether have been sent to dead contracts, or after they have been killed. So this is an important issue on the Ethereum network, but there's really is a difficulty in fixing broken applications. In contrast, EOS has a mechanism to find bugs, to freeze and fix broken applications on the network. So the final, big difference between Ethereum and EOS, and this is probably the biggest one, is that Ethereum gas fees are required. So you burn gas whenever you do anything on the network, okay? Storage, calculation, operations, bandwidth, utilization, whatever you do, you burn gas. So that's a problem because obviously, the network can be flooded by high fee transactions, and developers and startups have to keep burning gas fees throughout their development. But EOS uses an ownership model in which holding tokens gives you a stake, a share in the network bandwidth, storage, and processing power, no matter what else is happening on the rest of the network, regardless of the load on the rest of the network. If you own 1% of the EOS tokens, you'll always have access to 1% of the EOS network. So that means a small startup can invest and purchase a small piece of the network and rely on that network bandwidth they have, and then when they need to scale up, they can scale up. And since there's no transactions fees, that means that there will be no real development cost incurred except for the initial purchase, the initial investment of EOS tokens. So the scalability, the economic model, and the protocol, the delegated proof of stake mining protocol, all give EOS an advantage over Ether. This is John Oliver, the late night comedian, trashing Ether, and I'll put the video up on the blog post below this video so you can watch it. It's pretty funny, but whoever thought we'd see a late night comedian talking about a blockchain builder platform. So it's kind of an amazing thing. But EOS is currently bouncing along with the other blockchain builders. EOS here in light blue, as you can see, and currently it is the 9th cryptocurrency in market capitalization, with a price of $6.12 and $4 billion market capitalization. So hopefully this video has given you some powerful, useful advice that you can put to work to make better, more informed, more research-based cryptocurrency investment decisions. Ciao for now.